Good evening. Good evening. Good evening to all the kings and queens. Good evening to the royals. Good evening to ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to everybody who is joining today. Today we're talking about the power that Helen Zille has in South Africa to give direction to politics and to place people in leadership positions. Click the like button and subscribe if you are new. Also, give your opinion, tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about our subject. Helen Zille successfully removing Judge Hlophe through the interdict, through the court interdict. Uh, Results, we got the result on Friday, or we got the outcome that Helen Zille successfully interdicted uh, Judge President John Hlophe from serving in the Judicial Service Commission. This brings us to the bigger issue, which the power that Helen Zille weaves, or the power that Helen Zille have in South Africa, the power to choose leaders of other political parties. Helen Zille or the DA have chosen Ramaphosa and they've sponsored him to become the president of the ANC. So Ramaphosa has been chosen by Helen Zille, has been chosen by the white people, have been given the money by white people to lead the ANC. They are able to manipulate uh, the systems in political organizations in order to place the people who will not be um who will be kind to the system, who will be collaborators to the colonial project of the white people in South Africa. So we saw that the Helen Zille, previously the DA, have successfully removed President Zuma as the state president, the time he wanted to implement radical economic transformation in the ANC. They have successfully pushed him out and removed him. So we've seen the DA managing to remove and to dictate who should be the next person to lead a political organization. We have seen the DA removing President Zuma first as the state president in South Africa. successfully so. We've also seen them removing President Zuma from going back to parliament after he was elected by the people, going to court to stop him from being eligible to go to parliament, removing him just to become a mere member of the MK party, because they want to select the leaders that must lead the MK party. So President Zuma, being aware and having the intelligence, he calls on Judge President Hlophe to come and lead with him this political uh, ship, which is set to rescue black people from slavery and colonialism and imperialism. But Helen Zille is not satisfied about the caliber of President John Hlophe, Judge President John Hlophe. They are not satisfied of his intelligence. They are not satisfied uh, about uh, his knowledge, because he is highly knowledgeable in terms of law. They are not satisfied about it. They want people they can push around. They want people who does not know anything, people who will not have confidence to raise issues because they don't know anything. So they are not satisfied that President Zuma has chosen Judge President Hlophe to lead the MK party in parliament. Hence, they have decided to interdict him from serving in the JSC. This will lead them to challenging even his membership of parliament. They can, if they want, they can successfully, they can go to court and challenge his membership of parliament and successfully remove him. You will be kicking and screaming while you are outside parliament. Like now, they've successfully interdicted him from serving in the JSC. Black people will be kicking and screaming from the outside. Helen Zille will be putting the person that they want into the JSC to serve the white interest. So the danger of the project of rescuing black people from slavery, from liberating black people from apartheid government of South Africa, it's huge. The white people are in control. Helen Zille has got the power to choose the leaders. They have been able to interdict Judge Hlophe from saving the JSC. They will be able to remove him if they want to. They will be able to remove him from parliament. And in his place, they will want to infiltrate the MK party so that they can put their own person who will be from from inside MK party, who will not serve the interest of black people. The thing is, when the members of parliament, when people are in parliament, and they realize that actually Helen Zille does have the power to remove them from parliament or keep them in parliament, they start to realize that the interest of the people will not matter when they are outside and they are not getting paid their salaries. Many people are getting sold out like that, because when you get to realize how powerful are these people, they can remove you anywhere through the law. They've made structured the law in a way that favors colonialism, that favors apartheid, that favors white people. That's how it's structured. So they've got power through the law to be able to remove any leader of any organization or to even change any decision of parliament or any person who decides on behalf of the country. They have the power to change those decisions because they control the courts. They have the power to control. They have the power to control the political parties. They have the power to control the politics. So the MK party is, as currently as we're speaking, getting cleansed by Helen Zille. She's the first person to be removed is Judge John Hlophe, who is not wanted by the GNU. The first person to be removed was President Zuma, who was not allowed to lead the MK party to parliament. The second person to be removed is Judge President John Hlophe. Let's remember, I was actually impeached from the Western Cape bench. Judge President Hlophe was politically impeached, and by the DA, he was removed from the bench by the DA. Now they want to remove him from the politics of black people because he's danger to the white system. So the white system has got control, has got the power to control and to manipulate the system in their favor. They've got the power to remove leaders of other political parties who will not be sympathetic to the apartheid movement. They have the power. So black people are at the mercy of the apartheid leaders. The current colonial leader who is here on behalf of Jan van Riebeeck is Helen Zille, who is here on behalf of John Rhodes, Cecil John Rhodes, is Helen Zille, who is here on behalf of Verwoerd, is Helen Zille. Helen Zille is a culmination of apartheid, is an evolution of apartheid. Helen Zille is an evolution of apartheid and slavery in South Africa. She's the leader of apartheid, of implementing apartheid policies in South Africa. Click the like button and subscribe if you are coming here for the first time. My name is Mnguni Mkonto, and this is the Royal Opinion. Give us your opinion about the subject, or you can even tell us where you are watching us from. Just give us your comment, tell us where you are watching us from, and tell us your opinion about the subject if you have any other opinion. If you don't have any opinion, just tell us where you're watching us from. So the the project of liberating black people from slavery uh, in South Africa uh, has got a serious problem, because one by one the members of parliament are going to be cleansed. Some of the members of the MK party will be removed in favor of others who will be sympathetic to Helen Zille. Some other members of MK who are currently in parliament will be bought by the system, will be paid high amounts um, in favor of Helen Zille and the white projects. At the end of the day, like they have taken over the ANC, they will be able to take over the MK party or any other political party which seems to rise to want to represent the black interest. So the project of liberating black people from colonial rule has got a serious hiccup. The apartheid leaders have planned very well. They've put obstacles, they've put systems in place to make sure that this becomes a very difficult task to achieve for black people. Today, I'm not sharing any video or anything, because every time I share something, they decide which videos to allow. So this time I'm not sharing anything because of the YouTube banning my content, some of my content. So the colonial project have successfully um, planted itself in the nature of the South African. The colonial project is defended even by black people, by black women, by black men. The colonial project is defended by those out politicians, bought out characters, the political analysts who are called professors, sell out political analysts in the SABCI, in the ENCA. The project has been corrupted. The project of liberating black people from apartheid has been corrupted, and it's continuing to be corrupted. As long as you play within their rules, they have no problem against you. As long as you play within their rules, they have no problem. I think black people have to come up with a different solution. South Africa, the men have been tamed. I would say the men have been castrated. Many of the men in South Africa have been tamed or castrated somehow. There are no men available to fight on behalf of the black woman anymore. The warrior black men who existed during the time when the white people came in South Africa does not exist anymore. And the reason why the warrior black man does not exist anymore, it's because of the destruction of the black family, the destruction of the black family structure. So the destruction of the black family structure contribute to create either men who will be feminine in their nature, or men who will be, sorry, who will be um, who will be easily dragged. The destruction of the black family creates either rebels of families, or people who will be too feminine because they grow up with their mothers without their fathers. You can only learn from the people who are around you. If you are a boy and there's no man around you, you're probably going to look more like female character because you're surrounded by women. So when the mother and the father are not married, the children grow up with the mother and they take the character of their mother. And these characters cannot be aggressive, and they cannot be warriors. They cannot fight against the system. They will be submissive to the system. The black man is supposed to protect the black woman from apartheid. The black man is supposed to go and fight for the land of the black woman. Black men used to know that they are here to defend their women. So now we don't have the black men, the warrior black men who used to exist during the time when Jan van Riebeeck came into South Africa. The reason Jan van Riebeeck took so long to capture the whole of Africa is because they were warriors. They were men who were willing to defend women. They were men who were willing to defend their homeland, which we don't have these days. The system have produced drunkard boys who are always dancing, children who are always, girls who are always dancing. Everywhere you find them, they are always dancing, whether cooking, whether eating, whether they are always dancing. Those are the people that we've produced as black families. People who are nyaupes, people who are drunkards, alcoholics, who drinks morning to sunsets. So these are not the people who will go and defend the minerals of the black woman. This will not be the people who will defend the gold that the black woman used to own. All of this used to be owned by the black woman. The man was just a defender of the wealth of the black woman. I think the black people should go back to being warriors again. We need to reform the family structure of the black people. We need to restore the family structure of black people. we need to ensure that the basic unit of humanity, the basic unit of the existence of humanity, which is a family, is protected. Broken families creates slaves. Broken families creates addicts. Broken families creates prostitutes. Broken families creates sellouts. The family structure of the black man has to be restored in order to get back the black man that used to exist during the time when Van Riebeeck came for the first time in South Africa, because he was confronted by warriors who were ready to defend their motherland. Was not confronted by fearful people like the drunkards that we always have in South Africa these days. So who's going to defend a black woman? Who is going to defend their land? Who is going to, because now the white people have got control of the system. They control the people whom we can send to parliament. They determine the people that we can send to parliament. If there's anyone that they don't want in parliament, they are able to go there and remove them. And the other people are seeing it. They can see that white people do have the power to remove you if they don't want you. So they obviously have to comply with the white system in order to avoid being jobless. Because for them, it's a job being in parliament. They get paid for that work. So when parliamentarians are getting paid, then and then somebody, if you are not agreeing with them, they will remove you. You are probably going to agree with them in order to keep your job. So the MK party will be cleansed of its radicalism. As they first removed President Zuma, and now they have removed the deputy president, who is Judge President John Hlophe. They'll continue to remove other leaders who are not compliant to the white system, who does not want to listen to white people. They're going to remove them. So they will be cleansing it. They will be cleansing the MK party of its coexistence. The radicalization of the governance system in favor of black people. They have already tried to plant a lot of people in the MK party. Those members of parliament who were removed by the MK party were planted by the Democratic Alliance or by white people. There were spies uh, which were planted into the MK party, which President Zuma has spotted and removed from the MK party. There are other people whom President Zuma cannot spot at the moment, who are just hiding there, waiting, making sure that a little bit they tint the direction towards um, softening towards white people. That is what is going to happen. So, in order to avoid this kind of happening, or the continuation of this kind of slavery, black people should realize what is happening. That the leaders that we elect or select into leadership will face the pressure to be sold out, to be bought out characters. And 9 out of 10 will not survive. They are going to fall into the trap. Click the like button and subscribe if you are new here. My name is Mungodi Mkonto, and this is the Royal Opinion. I want to thank everybody who participated in this live session. I want to thank Africa in the Basket who came in, tell us that she's watching from South Africa. And I want to thank Precious Malache for joining in there. And thank everybody who is participating in the live stream. Your presence is highly appreciated. Click the like button and subscribe. We're going to end this live session. The black people have to restore the black family structure in order to fight back against apartheid and colonialism. Other than that, the black people will continue to produce drunkards because nobody will change the rules in parliament in order to eradicate wrongdoings among black children. It's going to be promoted. Alcoholics will continue to be produced by black families. Useless people will continue to exist among us. The Nyaopes will continue to exist and increase in number. I thank you for joining. Highly appreciate it.